Hi! You may have noticed I haven't put out a lot of videos lately. Well, I'm going to try to change that. That was my intro. I have no other intro that's good enough for these two films. Today I'm going to be talking about Silence and Jackie. Two movies, both one-word titles that have posters with people standing directly in the middle of them. Silence is a movie starring Andrew Garfield as a devout Christian who goes to a foreign land and is oppressed by the Japanese while witnessing horrible acts of violence around him, as his faith is tested and he is pushed to the limit. Andrew Garfield also has an accent in this movie. Wait, what? There's two of them? What do you mean there's two of them? So Silence is Martin Scorsese's new film. It is a passion project of his. Here's my thing with Andrew Garfield. He's trying so hard. You can tell that Andrew Garfield really wants to be serious actor man. He kind of reminds me of Leonardo DiCaprio in the way that I think he's not a bad actor. I am just like seldom compelled by his acting. So Andrew Garfield and Adam Driver are two Portuguese priests who go to Japan in the 1600s to find their mentor, who apparently has thrown off the cloak of faith. I think that's a phrase. He's abandoned his beliefs, and they can't believe it, so they're gonna go and try to find this mentor that they love so much. And while they are there, they witness the oppression that Christians are going through in Japan at this time. About halfway through the movie, Andrew Garfield is captured and is put through a very long series of tests where he is like being forced to reject his own faith. And I was actually into the movie a lot with the first half, where it's him and Adam Driver sort of in this state of confusion where they don't really know what's going on, and they're in this mysterious land where there could be danger at any turn. Then Adam Driver goes away, and I was sad. I was sad about that. I miss you, Adam Driver. And it becomes this movie about Andrew Garfield being tortured, and there's a guy who sounds like Edna Mode from The Incredibles.
What are you talking about?
This guy was technically a good actor. His voice was unintentionally, I think, comic. I think it was unintentional. The film is beautiful to look at. I mean, it's a well-edited movie. It's very well shot. But ultimately, I thought it was a bit overlong, and I didn't find Andrew Garfield's character as compelling as probably the movie wanted me to. I have heard worse things. I've heard that his character is downright unlikable. I was able to identify with his plight somewhat, so I don't completely agree that he was like completely reprehensible, but I can see where some people would find that perspective. Liam Neeson is also in here as the priest mentor, and I think he's only in the movie for maybe like 15 minutes, but he's great. Like, it's some of the best stuff I've seen from him in a while, and it, sort of raised the movie up a little bit for me. If you're a Martin Scorsese fan or you're interested in this topic, I think this is a movie that you definitely can check out and you definitely might get some enjoyment from. But if this doesn't really sound like your thing, I'm not really compelled to say run out and see it. Sorry, Scorsese. I still love you. Jackie is a historical drama about Jackie Onassis Kennedy, following the events after her husband's assassination. That's pretty much the whole movie, and yet it's completely captivating. So some people have been calling Jackie Kubrick-esque, which is definitely a term that you could slap onto this movie, mostly because this is like very much a mood piece. For me, it was a movie about the state of trauma and what it is like to lose someone very close to you in such a horrific and shocking way. And you also have the added drama of the fact that he was the president of the United States of America. And not only have you just lost your husband, but you are literally the day after being forced out of your house. Natalie Portman is fantastic in this movie as Jackie Kennedy, but for me the real star of the movie is Pablo Larraín, the director. He just perfectly encapsulates that feeling, like sort of trance limbo state that you feel after a horrible event has happened to you. This definitely isn't like a fun movie to sit through, but it's fantastic filmmaking. It's definitely a fascinating portrait of a very complex person. Also, the guy that played John F. Kennedy, did they like CGI goop his face or something? Because that guy looked so much like John F. Kennedy, it unnerved me. Alright, so hopefully I can get another review out soon. I mean, there's so much good stuff out right now, like The Bye-Bye Man, and Monster Trucks, or Underworld, the next Underworld movie, or Sleepless? What is that? No one's heard of that. Or probably the most shocking thing of all, an M. Night Shyamalan movie that people are liking.